Hello and welcome back to Dragon Quest World Tutorials. I am Koichikizi, and in this video we're going to go over the new Hokora season. So pretty much from August 29th we will have a new Hokora season that will feature a new Hokora ruler for the event, and also new Weather Hokora Rulers. So pretty much over here in our notices section you're going to see or have information in regards to this. So here we're going to have the actual schedule for the event. So from August 29th we're going to have the start of the new Hokora season. We're going to have the AG Kandata new Hokora Ruler. We're going to have new Weather Hokora Rulers, and we're going to have the start of the ranking. Then from the on the 9th and on the 12th of September, we're going to have Hokora refreshes. And then on the 19th, we're going to have score calculations of score tallies. And then on the 20th, we will actually have the actual ranking results and also the start of the unofficial Hokora season. So a little bit of a reminder of the Weather Hokora. So from August 29th, we will have two new Weather Hokora rulers that will replacing the Red Ogre and the Blue Ogre. So remember, Weather Hokoras are unique, as the Hokora ruler of it will change depending on the weather. So the two new Hokora rulers are going to be the Red Eater and the Blue Eater. So the Red Eater will appear as the Weather Hokora ruler when it is sunny or cloudy, while the Blue Eater will appear as the Weather Hokora ruler when it is rainy or snowy. So when a Hokora ruler or a Weather Hokora has been registered to your Hokora list, it will remain on the list until the next Hokora refresh. Then, since the Weather Hokoras are meant for high-level players, you probably want to challenge the rulers from your home at your own leisure. That's pretty much to alleviate kind of frustration if you're actually out walking. But pretty much here, this is going to be information about the new Hokora rulers. So like I said, for the Weather Hokora rulers, there's going to be the Red and the Blue Eaters. In this case, they're going to be recommended for special classes level 70, so again, high level. Effective skills are going to be all of them, so weapon, physical technique, spell, and also breath damage. Effective attributes are going to be Hado and Dein, while the ineffective attribute is going to be Bagi. And then in terms of the debuffs or stats effects uses, is actually a bit of a mystery, so we're going to actually have to find out about them. Then besides that, we're also going to have the event Hokora Ruler. That is going to be Jiro Seisei Kandata or AG Kandata, which pretty much automatically generated Kandata. So in this case, it's going to again have two types of Hokoras for this. It's going to have a level 55 special class Hokora, and it's going to have a level 80 advanced class levels 35 special class Hokora as well. Effective skills are going to be all of them again, so weapon, physical technique, spell, and breath damage. In terms of effective attributes, it's going to be Dein, Hado, and Jibaria. For ineffective attributes, going to be none, and also the debuffs uses that is actually going to be none. Then besides that, here we're actually going to have the return of a Hokora ruler in the past. Actually, this was the very first main Hokora ruler, and that was the Servant of the Dark Lord. So the Servant of the Dark Lord has yet again appeared as a returning Hokora ruler. This time you will be able to awaken the S grade Servant of the Dark Lord soul to the S star grade. So in order to awaken the soul, you must have completed up to a certain point in the game and have certain items. So one of these items is going to be the Servant of the Dark Lord Treasure Soul Pearl. So clearing the Servant of the Dark Lord Hokoras will earn you the Treasure Soul Pearl fragments, which you can be used to exchange for the Treasure Soul Pearl. So over here, here's information about the Servant of the Dark Lord. So going to be recommended for advanced classes level 50, effective attributes or effective skills going to be all of them. Again, weapon, physical technique, spell, and breath damage. Effective attributes, Io, Bagi, Jibaria, with the ineffective attribute being Dorma. And then the debuff that it's going to use is going to be Curse. So pretty much here for soul, for awakening the soul, the conditions here are going to be pretty much standard for your awakening souls to the S star grade, which is going to be have cleared up to main story quest 10, chapter 10, have a S Servant of the Dark Lord grade soul, and then have 5 Servant of the Dark Lord Treasure Soul Pearls. So in order to get the Treasure Soul Pearls, you will need to collect 50 Treasure Soul Pearl fragments in order to purchase 1 Servant of the Dark Lord Treasure Soul Pearl. So you will need 250 fragments in total, so you can do that in the exchange. Then besides that, we're pretty much going to have returning Hokora from the last season as well. But first, I want to go over conditions for this. So in this case, the Hokora conditions for this season are going to be no support skills can be used during the battle. Only 1 support skill can be used during battle. Items can't be used beyond their maximal allowable max capacity. Items can't be used. Dew with the World Tree can only be used once, and Leaf of the World Tree can only be used once. Then for this Hokora season, we're going to have pretty much the following Hokora rulers available. So we're going to again have Megaton Kale, which is the main Hokora ruler. We're going to have Festival Demon Juliante, who will be a Hokora ruler until September 19th. We're going to have Impusa, who will be a Hokora ruler until September 5th. We're going to have Hidora, so before I called it Hydra. Then before, also we're going to have the Merman. We're going to have AG Kandata. We're going to have Servant of the Dark Lord. We're going to have the Weather Hokora Rulers, so the Red and Blue Eater. And then for the level 30 basic class Hokora Ruler, we're going to have Burial. So that's going to be that there. So in this case, I want to actually challenge the AG Kandata Hokora. So pretty much the main recommended attribute here for it is going to be Dein. So here I'm actually going to have a Dein based team that's going to be pretty effective for this Hokora ruler. So over here I'm going to have a God Hand equipped with the Great Sword of Darkness Repelling Light. So that's going to have Giga Blade, but I'm also going to be using it for another ability as well. So that is going to be Aerial Slash Kai, and that does Dein or Boggy damage to all enemies. So that's actually going to be what I will be using here. Then over here with my Archmage, I'm going to be using the Calvero Butte. So that's going to have the Calverona Thunder. So that's going to actually do Dein spell damage to all enemies. And yeah, that's actually going to be pretty good for just doing Dein damage to all enemies. Hopefully I can get some multicast and also some echoes to do some pretty serious damage to the enemy. So we'll see what happens in this particular battle. Then here I'm going to have a ninja equipped with the Metal King sword, going to be using King Flash Roaring Thunder. So with Roaring Thunder, pretty much this is going to do 130% Dein damage to all enemies 3 times. So it doesn't sound like a lot of damage, but it does a bit damage, but I'm mainly using it for opportunities to possibly get Shadow Weaves. So we'll actually see what happens here. Then also here I'm going to have the Angel Rod equipped on my High Priest. So with Ultra Hustle Dance, I'm going to be healing my characters and possibly also charming the enemies as well. So we'll see what happens here. So with that said, if you want to know more about this team, you can actually look down in the video description down below. But now I actually want to go and try out the AG Kandata Hokora Ruler. So pretty much going over here to my Hokora Ruler list, here we're going to have the AG Kandata Hokora Ruler. So in regards to this particular Hokora Ruler, AG Kandata is going to be a villain type character. In this case, there are going to be 3 of them in this Hokora. So the one in the center is going to have around 185,000 HP, while the ones on the sides are going to have 90,000 HP. They're going to have 1 to 3 actions per turn. Weaknesses, again, going to be Dein, Hado, and Jibaria. Then here, its main ability is actually going to be called Jado Seisei, which is automatic generation. What this does, it adds 1 AG Kandata to the battle. So if one of them falls, it can actually replicate and summon another one. So that's going to be quite bothersome. Then after that, it's also going to have a Sukon Ichigeki, which is a critical blow. That's going to do around 800 critical hit damage to one character. Then after that, it's going to have Mira Muso, which is a mirror spin. That does around 150 to 200 physical damage to all characters. But this enemy is going to have a stemmy. So with stemmy on, that's going to do around 350 physical damage to the characters. It's going to have a regular attack that does around 300 to 350 physical damage to one character, but that's going to do around 550 physical damage with Stemmy. Then of course it's going to have Stemmy, so with Stemmy that's going to raise attack power by 2 ranks, but also lowers weapon and physical technique resistances as well. So notes for this particular battle, so you want to use buffs on your characters at the beginning of the battle, since later in the battle when the enemies use Stemmy, you will be able to do heavy damage toward them and take them out. Then try to take the enemies out all at once, since the remaining enemies can resurrect fallen ones. Then you want to also try to use Skada to increase party's resistance to physical attacks. And then also you want to use equipment, souls, and soul pearls that give you increased resistances and or damage to villain type enemies. So that's going to be notes for this particular Hokora. So pretty much I might not be able to take them out all at the same time, but I do have confidence that this team will be very effective in terms of the damage it will do. So with that said, I want to go into this Hokora, so here we go.
Okay, so here we go with this battle, so hopefully things do go well. So here, actually, I'm going to be starting first with all my characters. So here what I'll do is I'm actually going to go use Magical Awakening here on my Archmage. Then here for my ninja, what I will do is I will actually go ahead and just attack. So hopefully you can get, okay, good. I got a Shadow Weave on the middle one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go ahead and use Giga Blade on the one in the middle. The one in the middle actually has the most HP, so I kind of want to take that one down as fast as possible, or pretty much bring down its HP to where it's almost the same as the other ones. Okay, so now next going to go ahead, attack again. Okay, got another Shadow Weave. You're going to attack all characters. You're going to have to go ahead and use Ultra Hustle Dance. Okay, again, going to use there, going to go ahead. So now they're all pretty much at 50% of their health. What I'm going to do, going to play this a bit risky, going to resurrect my God Hand here. Here, going to go ahead, attack with my ninja. Okay, good, got a Shadow Weave there. So here, again, what I want to do is going to go ahead and use Giga Blade. And here, going to use Ultra Hustle Dance. Here, hopefully, can get a charm, but no charms there. Okay, there goes Stemmy. Okay, that's not bad. So here again, going to go ahead. Attack there. Here I got a guard here, going to again attack the one in the middle. So there, ooh, okay, down. So here what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead, going to use Encore. And here going to go use Battle Demon Release. Then hopefully with this move here, both taken out. Okay. So the AG Kandata soul is a yellow soul, and here I got a C. Okay, so that was my battle against the AG Kandata Hokora Ruler. So pretty much things were a bit rocky since I actually did lose 2 of my characters during the battle. Was actually able to resurrect one, my God Hand. That actually was probably the good choice, especially my strategy to attack the one in the middle to try to lower their HP down to where it was close enough to where I can take down all 3 around the same time. That actually did work. So you didn't see him replicate or add another AG Kandata to the battle, which would have made this battle a bit more challenging. But things actually did work besides my 2 characters dying. I actually did get a couple of shadow weaves during the battle, so that actually really helped in not taking damage from the enemy. But did do pretty good damage with my Archmage, with the Cavalry Butte, and also pretty much attacking the main Kandata in the middle with my God Hand, and then at the very end using the one attack that does damage to all of the characters. So that actually did work out. So yeah, so that's probably the main strategy you want to use for this particular battle. So now what I want to do is actually go over the S grade AG Kandata Soul. So that is going to be found, let's see, it's going to be Yellow Soul S, and actually is going to be closer to the bottom. So right about in the 40s range, right over here. So the AG Kandata S grade soul is only going to be a soul cost of 41. So your basic stats are going to be lower than you would see for higher high cost souls, but with yellow souls, your main stats would be your max HP, your durability, and then also your strength as well. But here you're going to see 36 max HP, 51 to your strength, 21 to durability. That's not quite high, and then also 21 to your agility. So here I would say probably the best stats will be your max HP and then your strength. Then besides that, we're also going to have for the abilities, plus 5% to physical technique skill damage, plus 10% to Dein weapon and physical techniques damage, and then plus 10% to paralysis resistance. So that's pretty much it for this soul. So not something that I would use in particular with the characters that I have now, but this is going to probably be a good soul if you actually have to do a battle where you have soul cost limit. If you need a lower level soul for Dein, this would actually work out well. So this is already locked in, so going to close this out. So that's pretty much going to be it for this video. So I will hopefully be making Weather Hokora videos coming soon. I actually have tried some of the battles out for both, and they're actually both quite rough. Especially, well, actually they're both are. So pretty much I'm going to have to take some time to actually find a really good strategy, but please stay tuned for that. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.